The record-smashing summer event has officially crossed $1 billion.
$1.3 trillion.
Deadpool and Wolverine came out to movie theaters Thursday night, and it's crushing the box office right now. Made over $400 million already. Had the biggest opening ever for an R-rated movie. It's doing insane. That's like a top 5 MCU movie for me. That film did so many things gorgeously right. How we saw Wade really be a hero for the first time in his entire trilogy, where you're like, undoubtedly, you're like, fuck, I feel so bad for this character. And Hugh Jackman was so great in this movie because he struck a balance of, hey, I'm Wolverine, right? I'm that guy, but this ain't my movie. Y'all, there's a scene. Logan is talking to Wade about why is he being tortured by being with him, because he can't fucking die. Wade can't die. He's a moron. And the acting was so good. And he rung the bell on his ass when Logan was like, you're talking about a guy that can't even save a relationship with a goddamn stripper.
I have never met a sadder, more attention-starved, jabbering little prick in my entire life. And that says a lot, because I've been alive for more than 200 fucking years.
I was like, fuck. When he said that. But the acting was so good in that scene, bro. It was just the way that they paid respect to everything. Because originally, we were coming into that movie, they was like, hey, dog, look, Deadpool 3 is going to be Deadpool kills the Fox universe. The movie opened up with you thinking that was the route they were going to go, because he took Logan's skeleton and he was killing TVA members. And they had some cameos in the void that I was like, yo, this movie gave us the cameos and the quality of cameos we thought we were going to get from Multiverse of Madness. But, nigga, when they had Wesley Snipes come back as Blade, chat, I was like, yo.
Glory be to God.
Now, they had to put some prosthetics on my man's head. Y'all think my hairline fucked up. Nigga, his hairline is gone. That motherfucker wearing nightcaps and do-rags in interviews now to remember what it feels like to have something on his scalp. Jennifer Gardner was there as Elektra. Now, we're going to keep it a buck. I was kind of upset they didn't do a parody of her scene from Daredevil. You remember that scene from Daredevil where she was practicing with the side? How can you see into my... They kind of took her in a more serious role, and that's fine, because if you look at the Daredevil film and the Elektra movie, her version of the character was serious. There wasn't really much playing around, except for the playground scene in Daredevil. There's a whole lot of playing around with that. And when, Matt Murdock's asking for the honey, there's a whole lot of playing around there.
I was just looking for some honey. Could you help me out?
Right in front of you.
But her version of the character was serious. We already saw X-23 from the TV spot in the trailer, so we knew that Daphne King was going to return. But the cameo that made me go, oh shit, was Channing Tatum came in this movie as Gambit.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
We know the Gambit movie was caught in like that weird crossfire when Disney purchased Fox. The mouse is going through the list like, shit. We got X-Men, New Mutants. Shit. That's already kind of filmed. Okay. We're going to put that out in empty theaters. Feed the Beast movie with Beast. No, we ain't doing that one. Gambit with Channing Tatum. Oh. Magic Mike, he needs to go do a Jupiter Ascending Part 2 or some shit. Get him out of here. And they never did the movie. Fast forward to Deadpool and Wolverine. When he popped up, I was like, I like the costume, but damn, is Channing Tatum a little strong? He was so bulky in the costume. It looked a little weird, especially around the neck. That nigga was looking like Shrek. The neck was ridiculous. But comic accurate with the trench coat, the staff, the cards, the dialect from New Orleans. He said "share" a couple of times. I mean, it was. I mean, considering it was a cameo role and he had a fight scene as well, I thought Channing Tatum did his thing.
This is amazing.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
Incredible.
Besides that, the pacing got a little weird after Deadpool and Wolverine jumped into the MCU through that sling portal. The pacing got a little weird for me where I felt like the movie was nearing its end. Speaking of Logan, I thought his motivation for him doing what he did on his Earth was weak. Because they kept on saying in the build up to the movie, oh, this is the worst Logan. Oh, what he did was inexcusable. And I'm thinking, okay, did this motherfucker kill the X-Men? Did he fail on a mission and got them clapped? I'm wondering. And the reasoning was this. Apparently, he used to get so pissed drunk that he really couldn't stand up or operate. So the X-Men kind of needed him. He was walking home one day, to the X-Mansion probably, and he was drunk, all fucked up, and he heard the screams and the yells, but he didn't do anything. And that's what makes him the worst Wolverine. I thought it could have been a little bit deeper, especially considering that he shared a scene with X-23 in revealing that. So I thought it could have been a little bit deeper. But beyond that, Hugh was, of course, great in the fucking movie. The soundtrack is amazing in this movie. They played a lot of throwback artists, NSYNC, Avril Lavigne, Madonna, but it worked for the movie, what they were trying to do. I felt like this movie also did an awesome job at allowing you to watch it and understand Deadpool as a character, understand the TVA, understand the multiverse, and also get enough information about the first two Deadpool movies that you could be like, all right, I don't have to have somebody watch DP1 and DP2 to understand Deadpool and Wolverine. They can just go into it and get the synopsis from what Wade says in the beginning and understand it and go. As long as you understand a bit of the MCU, you're fucking good. You're fucking good. Now, we're going to keep it a buck. One more nitpick I got to say. They introduced something very interesting in this movie, and these are called anchor beams, right? An anchor beam is somebody in a universe that's essential to that universe's survival. Once that anchor beam dies, they're ringing the bell on your ass. It's game over. All right, dun, 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 dun. It's over. Apparently, Logan was the anchor beam to Earth 10003. I think that's the Earth for the Fox universe. And when he died, the guy from the TVA was basically like, hey, look, your universe is getting ready to die in 72 hours because your anchor beam's gone. Now, who was the anchor beam before Logan was born? And who is the anchor beam of the 616 universe, which is the main timeline of the MCU? It wasn't Iron Man, because he already died. It wasn't Steve Rogers, because Steve Rogers passed away. So who was the anchor beam? It's got to be Doctor Strange. It's got to be Wanda. It's got to be Spider-Man. It's got to be somebody like that. And part of the issue is now, well, Spider-Man, Peter Parker is human. He gonna probably die in 50, 60 years MCU timeline-wise. So when he passes away, is 616 over with? See what I mean? That whole anchor beam thing was all the moves there like, now, Kevin Feige, you got yourself to some bullshit. You got yourself to some bullshit like Wesley Snipes with Blade Trinity. You got into some bullshit.
I understand